corrals the snap. It's a short punt. Gibson on the return. Near side. I don't see any flags. Gibson inside the 30. Hits the Jets. And he's going to go. Jets win it. Touchdown. Rookie Xavier Gibson. Game over.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow. A positively heroic finish on an evening where heroes were needed as heroes were paid tribute to. And, well, what could be described as an actual tragedy took place on the field for one of the more bedeviled and tragic franchises in all of sports. You see, the funny thing is, they say, or at least the NFL has made a point of saying this particular year, that you can't script this stuff. They've even gone ahead and run an entire campaign with Key and Peele's Keegan-Michael Key saying, as a head script writer for the NFL, joking about storylines and narratives and poking fun at the idea that people say that the NFL is scripted. And if the debut of Monday Night Football 2023 didn't prove to you that this stuff is not scripted, I don't know what to tell you, because there is no way in the world, even though some have called it, Andy, the jetsiest thing ever to happen in the history of perhaps the most cursed franchise in at least the NFL. Aaron Rodgers getting hurt 4 plays into his career as the new quarterback, the savior of the New York Jets. There's just no way you could have possibly had that happening. And on any Keno board, on any FanDuel sportsbook, running out onto the field, carrying an American flag, evoking some of those Joe Andruzzi vibes on the field, right near where 9/11 took place. And then the MetLife turf monster gets him. I mean, did you not feel like you were watching like a piece of history last night? It was surreal to say the least, and still is the morning after.
This will sound dramatic. This changes everything. And by everything, I don't mean, the standings in the AFC East, and the Patriots might not finish in last now. Maybe they'll finish.
Well, no, the chaos theory has been like the button was flipped last night.
Yeah, this changed careers, lives, families, fortunes, all on that singular play, which actually looks very tame. You look at it and you're like, I wonder what happened. They play the replay.
Grade 1 sprain.
Yeah. And the reality is, it certainly looks like Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles. It looks like Aaron Rodgers' season is over. It looks like Aaron Rodgers' career could be. Oh, that little pop right there.
That's it. Oh, I never saw that before. Oh, if you're not watching on
it's
YouTube right now, producer Cooper Leonard just ran the replay. I didn't see it last night.
That's the pop.
Oh, no wonder why he knew. It just got stretched too far. It's almost.
Yep. And we're going to go down roads of calf injuries, because we went down the road with Kevin Durant. If you have a minor calf injury, does it lead to Achilles tears and all that? Those fears, fans everywhere are going to be like, whoa, my star has a calf injury. You sit his ass on the bench, because superstars named Kevin Durant and Aaron Rodgers, after they had calf injuries, tore their damn Achilles. But no, this is just, I know a lot of Patriots fans will take some glee in this and laugh about it, and Jets being Jets and Jets doing Jets things and Jets happenings. I think this is a massive blow to the NFL for the season. This is one of your premier storylines in your premier markets. Whether he falls on his face or not, you wanted to see him fall on his face, in my opinion. You wanted to see it play out. You wanted to see the Jets fail to live up to the hype and Saleh to fail. Now you're back to, no one wants to see Zach Wilson. We saw what Jets fans think of Zach Wilson. It was a middle bird after his pick, which is obviously coming. And this is a team that you saw last night. They have Super Bowl talent. They have champion. Breece Hall comes back. First carry, 20-something yards. Second carry, 80-something yards. You're like, Jiminy Christmas.
Where did that come from? Full well knowing that he's coming off the ACL from last October. You need usually a good year, if not a year and a half, to come back to form. He looked faster than he did last year when he was a bottle rocket out of the second round onto the scene for the 2022 Jets. Dude had his burst, his cut, and his engine back last night. Garrett Wilson, who, by the way, nobody really cares, but makes that insane catch later on, which helps you beat me in the Rich Key Fantasy League.
Yep.
You
As it should be. It's okay, because I lost in my other league because Aaron Rodgers was my quarterback, and I thought I was going to get at least 10 points, and I got 0.0.
And this is why nobody cares. But that said, no, but when you say, like, you jest, but you also point out the accurate that this changes everything. Yes, nobody's complaining about their fantasy league. Well, idiots, hardos, and nitwits are. But like the things that happened in that game last night, yes, it was a spectacular game. We open with the Tayshaun, I think it was Taysom Gibson, if you will, like the guy who made like roster spot 53 on the Jets, returning the punt for the touchdown for the win for the Jets. In Hard Knocks, they ran the clip of him freaking out. It was so heartwarming. The big hug from Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh, now a new meme unto himself. He's the crying Jordanian, if you will, there on the sidelines with that stone face. Like, did Aaron Rodgers just go out for the season? F me. But we have to also note that if this is a cursed moment again, another pockmark in the history of the Jets, a reason why Larry David wrote that hilarious episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm years ago, where a guy was tired of being let down by the Jets, so he, took his own life. We also need to point out that the Buffalo Bills now just added to their legacy of pulling Buffalo Bills, or Buffalo Billsing, if you will, because Josh Allen plays one of the worst games of his career last night on a night where the Jets are so stunned. They are just shell-shocked, if you will, because their champion, their savior, the man who was supposed to turn around the fortunes of their franchise, goes down for the season, potentially for his career, and they're on the hook for $75 million guaranteed. He decides that Jordan Whitehead is his primary target, throwing 3 interceptions, and then even not butt fumbling, but back fumbling, dropping a shotgun snap, and then running into his own player and fumbling on the same field where the butt fumble took place, Andy. I mean, this literally, somebody went into the room at NORAD, or with the NFL's version of NORAD, and they turned 2 keys and they said, chaos theory in 3, 2, 1. Boom. It was absolute madness.
Or it is scripted. And as my old friend Paul Perillo at Patriots.com used to say, it always works out for the Patriots. Because you're right. If Rodgers had not gotten hurt, the story of the night would be, told you the Bills were taking a step back this year, told you Josh Allen wasn't that good, told you this, told you that, the Bills are beatable, blah, blah, blah. Yet that's a secondary storyline, although it should be added to the mix of, I do think it's okay for Patriots fans to wake up on this. Okay, so we have Moral Victory Monday. What's this version of Tuesday after this happens?
I got it. Why not us Tuesday?
Something like that, because you hung with the Eagles, the Jets season ended, and the Bills look crappier. Excuse me. I didn't mean to say that.
Good. I'll say it for you. They look shitty.
Yeah, so literally, if you're a Patriots fan at 0-1, by the way, like you're 0-1, but everything looks better, right? Even though there's a hurricane bearing down on New England and we may all get blown to pieces in 4 or 5 days.
A sinkhole opens in Leominster on Monday night. Like, the world is ending, but we're like, oh, if Booty had just gotten that second foot down, we'd be in first place in the East. I mean,
exactly.
Andy, is it all right? I'm just going to say it right now. Is it too early to say Sunday night at Gillette is for the AFC East?
Yes, you idiot.
I know,
but it's not too early to say everything.
I'm telling you, there's a chance Tuesday.
No, there is. There's a chance Tuesday. Take a chance Tuesday. There, whatever you want to call it. You look at this now. So I'm sure some Patriots fans will be saying, "Wait a minute, do the Patriots have the best quarterback in the division? Tua won't hold up. I know he put up big numbers, but Tua will fall apart at some point. Josh Allen's going in the wrong direction. Zach Wilson stinks, and Mac Jones is paired up with Bill O'Brien. All the optimism and the momentum is on the side of the 0-1 Patriots and a quarterback who said it was all his fault that they lost. Not Josh Allen, but Mac Jones."
Well, let's also go back to 2008 when Tom Brady gets hurt late in the first quarter of the first game back, a Sunday 1:00 against Kansas City, with aspirations of running it back to right the wrong of Super Bowl 42 just 8 months prior. He goes down on the Bernard Pollard hit. Now I got to put $1 in the Bernard Pollard jar in my house. Me and other Patriots fans in the stadium try to drink the stadium dry. Spoiler alert, the stadium won. But the Jets became the opportunistic team for the time being, taking advantage of the fact that they slowly coached up Matt Castle. And then the Dolphins, the Wildcat Dolphins, Tony Sparano's Dolphins, end up winning the AFC East that year. This could be a scenario where the Jets defense and solid coaching, maybe Nate Hackett plays the role of Josh McDaniels this year. They rein in the Zach Wilson. Maybe their defense still carries them to a winning record, but some other team now gets to take advantage of the fact that the Jets flat out just will not be as good as we thought they would be, because they go from having a Pro Bowl, if not all-pro quarterback who was on a vendetta, a mission this year, to somebody who is an athletic workman-like product at best.
So I think we're going to fixate on the Patriots, and I do think this is, what is it? We have a chance Tuesday or whatever. Or
why not us Tuesday?
Why not us Tuesday? I think where it actually matters the most is across the rest of the AFC, because I think there's teams that are still better than the Patriots, and there were some people believing AFC is going to get 2 playoff teams. AFC is going to get 3 playoff teams. Who knows how it all plays out with wild cards. Now, your friends at Sports Illustrated, who had the Patriots as the 3 seed, as the only representative from the East, I still think the Patriots as the 3 seed and winning the division is a long shot. But I don't think it's a long shot anymore that these AFC East teams could beat up on each other. And this changes the playoff projections and pictures for the West, right?
Yep.
Like if you're a Raiders team, you're like, suddenly, wait a minute, we can make the playoffs. Or the North, where everybody should be a playoff contender. I think it shakes the AFC. It just shakes the AFC from east to west, north to south, and everywhere in between.
The most significant injury in the NFL, and the most significant injury, especially in the AFC, in 15 years since Tom Brady's ACL in Game 1, 2008. This is a complete cage rattler. This is a paradigm shifter. The entire landscape, the vista of the 2023 NFL, let alone the AFC, completely shaken up, like a 2-year-old who finds his brother's ant farm on the desk in his room and just goes, yay, and just shakes the thing up. And the answer, like, this isn't how it works.
And
you got to make
who I think of? This is weird. Woody Johnson seems like a dink. Like, let's just be honest. The Jets owner with the hat and the whole thing just seems like a complete and total dink. You know, landed on third base, thinks he hit a triple kind of guy, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But there was a little bit of me, and I'm empathetic, or I'm just pathetic. I don't know, one of the two. That
depends on the day.
I felt bad for him. Like, can you imagine your entire world? Because he's a sports fan. He wants the Jets to win. He goes out, he gets Aaron Rodgers, he invests. Everything looks great. We're hyping everything up. And literally, you're getting nachos in the back of your luxury box, and you look back, and your savior is rolling around on the field, and they're taking, like, I just can't imagine what that's like to have your whole world change that quickly.
Forget Woody Johnson. He's got literally his billions of dollars. How about
he wants to win?
How about craziest thing, by the way, there was a guy at Daddy Zaslav who tweeted last night at 6:01 p.m. before the game, Aaron Rodgers is going to tear his Achilles on a rain-drenched MetLife turf in 2.5 hours. I mean, and again, I mentioned earlier the turf monster at Met getting the best of Aaron Rodgers and now turning it the results likely to be the worst for them. Dude, they need to go in today and pull that entire carpet up now, because remember, 2 years ago, didn't it take Nick Bosa and another member of, maybe not Solomon Thomas, who I wanted the Patriots to go after, who followed his guy Robert Saleh to the Jets, but it took 2 prominent defensive players of the 49ers at the Jets in a game they still ended up winning a couple of years ago. Like, that's awful. They need to tear it up, burn it, put in grass, whatever. Now, I don't know what Daddy Zaslav knows. I think the guy just made the appropriate prediction because it seemed like a tragic outcome as well. That stuff has to go. It's just not even, here we go. David Bakhtiari, Aaron Rodgers' former left tackle, tweets, congrats, NFL. How many more players have to get hurt on artificial turf? You care more about soccer players than us. You plan to remove all artificial turf for the World Cup, so it's clearly feasible. I'm sick of this. Do better. Bakhtiari somewhere probably is going to be at a Milwaukee Bucks game or maybe a Brewers game, chugging beers for his buddy Aaron, because they were pretty tight during their days as well. I mean, the AFC North could potentially turn out 2, if not 3 playoff teams. I had the Browns making the playoffs. I still think the Steelers will be better than their debut game against the 49ers. Bengals will be a hell of a lot better than they were because they always lose against the Browns. The Ravens are probably going to be pretty solid. Your boy Zay Flowers had a solid debut. I might just get 1 team from the AFC East now, after we thought it could be 2, if not 3 as well. And how about this from Andy, just looking at the long view of what NFL fans, and my point earlier was, feel badly for Jets fans, because as they showed you, and I know you think like, oh, Jets fans, Jets, they're so eminently mockable and nonsensical, and oh God, who cares about, the gabagools of Meth Life, Jet Life Stadium. Just think about the shock that they went through when they're like, wait, I spent the entire offseason. Like, I'm going to go watch Get Up in a few minutes as we tape this early on Tuesday morning, just to like, I kind of don't want to miss Mike Greenberg's like dead face when he starts off the game. Did you see pictures of him last night sitting on his sofa, just like his soul was pulled out of his body through his nostrils? Like, it's just surreal. Think of this. Warren Sharp tweets out at Sharp Football, we cannot watch primetime Zach Wilson in 5 more standalone games. That's right. The Jets, out of their 17 games, 6 are primetime. You got Buffalo. So you've got week 4, Sunday Night Football, Kansas City at Zach Wilson's Jets. The Chargers week 9 on Monday Night Football. Sunday Night Football, Jets at, is that, no, you can't flex that one out. Damn it. Miami at the Jets, week 12. Oh, that's the Black Friday game, Andy. And then week 17, Prime Video, Jets at Cleveland. Who knows? That'll get flexed out, maybe. Oh, brutal.
Well, we learned that last year, and there you have
Greeny.
Mike Greenberg.
Greeny.
His world fell apart around him while he was actually watching with all his buddies from ESPN. And his initial
lousy spread, by the way. You got millions of dollars. The best you can do is popcorn and cheese balls.
Wow. Wow, you're ripping the guy for it. Is true. I thought it looked very pedestrian.
It
was
did.
sort of very normal.
Can I get a buffalo chicken dip, Andy? Right. Can I maybe get a steak skewer?
Yep. Other than the size of the room, even the room kind of looked pedestrian. It wasn't like this fancy tiered stadium style leather recliners seating or whatever. It was kind of normal. It was like you went down to the store, you got a sectional, and you said, buddies, want to come in the basement and watch the game.
It was like Shaw's and West Elm. Like, all right.
I kind of like him for that now. I kind of like him more because he seems like a hoity-toity snoot, and he came off as a little bit more of an everyman in that. But anyway, that we learned last year that sometimes these quarterback things go wrong with Russell Wilson, and we bitched about having to watch Russell Wilson play primetime games, field goals. Well, if it is scripted, they found the next way to kick us in the nuts with one of these veteran QB changes, these Super Bowl QB team changes. No, we don't have to watch it, the field goals anymore. We'll show you. We'll take away the guy getting field goals and the legend falling on his face. We'll give you Zach Wilson because I'm going to be honest with you. This feels mean, but the truth is never mean. Other than the Wilson family, there's no one on the planet that wants to watch Zach Wilson play anymore. Everybody was like, put him away for 2 years, let Aaron Rodgers play, and then maybe he'll come out the other side, a real NFL quarterback, because right now he's not a real NFL quarterback. Now he's a real NFL quarterback for the team that was supposed to be one of the top 3 or 4 most marketable in the National Football League this year because of Aaron Rodgers. And we're going to – now, those later season games, the NFL will flex out, I assume, but week 4 – Zach Wilson versus Patrick Mahomes. What a matchup. Let's watch the guys with great arm talent.
The 2-1 Jets. Zach Wilson was comped to being the next Patrick Mahomes when he came out of BYU in 2021. Ken Hackett and Salah and the gangrene defense hold up against Mahomes, the best quarterback in the NFL. Find out tonight on Sunday Night Football.
Hackett's like, I can only coach when I coach Rodgers. I showed you last year, if you give me Wilson, I can't coach. I need a Rodgers to coach. My career is over too. I add him to the mix of careers that ended last night.
Andy, you are now on the hot seat. You are the general manager of the New York Jetropolitans. Do you, full well knowing you have the assets on offense, a decent tight end, a solid wide receiver core full of Aaron's best buddies, plus Garrett Wilson, who's a top 3 receiver in the NFL right now, and you've got that defensive line. Side note, hey, everybody who said that the New York Jets offensive line may actually be more offensive than the Patriots line, you were right. Leonard Floyd's a good pass rusher, but holy smokes, that Jets line. Anyway, you are the general manager of the New York Jets. Do you pursue a veteran quarterback? No, not Tom Brady. Stop it, internet. That's enough.
Why not? Why not?
Come on.
Why not?
Come on.
You got to make the call, don't you?
Are you reaching out? This moment of you people brought to you by Andy's aggravation.
I mean, don't you make the call? Like, the worst that he says is no. The worst that he says is he laughs. I don't care. Why not? Why not?
Here's $50 million. We'll mortgage the future on top of the future. Aaron is willing to pay half your salary. Absolutely. Sell your interest in the Raiders.
Down. Like, you have to do it, because otherwise your season's over. And all these other, I'm seeing like the Carson Wentz and Marcus Mariota.
What about this, Andy? What about this? What about 6-12-24?
Oh, it would be the greatest heel turn in the history of sports. Hollywood Hulk Hogan's NWO ain't got nothing on Tom Brady going to the Jets.
Let me tell you something, brother.
That would be awesome. Talk about
the
rug being pulled out from under the league and then the league putting the rug back under everything miraculously with Tom Brady. No, it's not going to happen.
No,
but
of course not. But who would be available? Legitimately, like who could they possibly call if they think like just get me to 10 wins?
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, but his calf would be as likely to go as Rodgers. He's not in football.
Okay, I'll take that chance. I got to take that chance because Zach Wilson blows. There it is. Oh, that was a good look by Tom Brady.
Emerson. Now, see, Emerson works in New England. He's over at DraftKings. He's our buddy. However, he's also a Jags fan, so I get it. The Jag wagon is what. There's got to be. You know what I do? I call the Colts and I say, how much for the shoe? I do right now. And if they're like, ooh, this Gardner Minshew over here, well, normally, you see, he's worth the 6th-round pick. But the funny thing is, inflation and the way the market works, right now, we got a 3rd-round price on him. If I'm the Jets, fine, take it.
Yeah, no, I think they have to do something. They have to add another QB. You can't just let this season peter out at the hands of Zach Wilson interceptions and Zach Wilson frustration because it will spread throughout their roster, throughout their team, because the rest of their team has legitimate Super Bowl aspirations. And honestly, they need to find I don't even know who the guy would be. Jason Campbell back in the day. Remember the former
Sam Bradford, Chase Daniel, insert all of them.
No, not Sam Bradford. Throws too many interceptions. Jason Campbell didn't throw picks. He literally wouldn't throw picks because he was
pretty good in the Browns in 2013. You're right. Yeah.
You need a Jason Campbell type. You don't like Tom Brady's fun. Phillip Rivers is a talker. I don't know who the most secure quarterback in the National Football League. Back up anybody. Go out there and don't throw picks. Hand the ball to Breece Hall. Throw screens to Dalvin Cook. Every once in a while, throw it up to Garrett Wilson and let him go get it. But don't lose the game QB. I don't know who that is, but that's who they need.
And I have no idea how in the world Saleh, Hackett, et al. Are going to find a way to deprogram and reprogram Zach Wilson into a game manager when the guy always wanted to be the one who would put it on his shoulders. He ain't it. That ain't the way. What will they do? Holy smokes. This just makes everything more interesting, more unbelievable, more surreal, more fascinating, more unfortunate, more potentially triumphant for your Patriots. Who knows? There's a spin. There's an angle for everyone on this. We'll hear the results later Tuesday morning. I'm sure Rap Sheet, Shefty et al. Will be tweeting it out momentarily. It's believed that Aaron Rodgers, 4 plays into his career as a Jet, ruptured his Achilles on the turf of Jet Life Stadium, and now everything's up for grabs. What a wild world. What a wild AFC. And it was a hell of a Monday Night Football game, but we won't be talking about that game. We'll be talking about the ramifications of Aaron Rodgers out for the season for days, weeks, and months to come. Stay tuned to the 6 Rings and Football Things podcast later on today. We'll give you the best and the worst of what the Patriots did, and now what their potential outcome for the season may be as well in the face of the Jets taking a massive step back with Aaron Rodgers' injury. For producer Cooper Leonard, for Andy Hatt, your old pal Nick Fitzy Stevens, this was Breaking Boston for Tuesday, September 12th, 2023. Like, review, subscribe, and share. And wow, everything is wide open now.